Now, your exclusive local alert weather forecast from Central Oregon's news leader.
Well, folks, we had a relatively quiet day today. It was a bit on the cool side with temperatures only getting up to the upper 40s and low 50s, but generally we're going to start to warm up. And maybe we'll get a little bit more rain. So let's get to the forecast. Here's the beautiful look of the Prineville Reservoir. Sunset is around 6 o'clock, and it has such a beautiful looking twilight through the region. A little bit of movement on the water, but really not that much wind moving things about. So it's a nice, pleasant night. And here's a view from the Bend ODOT camera. You see that lovely looking sunset there off in the distance, as it is a beautiful twilight time here as Pilot Butte is standing prominently there in the center of the screen. And our live traffic cameras from Sisters, Redmond, Madras, Bend, Prineville, and Lapine, all smooth sailing as the roadways have dried out. So I'm not expecting any icy conditions. There may be some patchy ice in some of the east face of the Cascades locations, but generally it's a quiet pattern. It's going to returning to the 60s tomorrow. So not only is it quiet, but it's also going to be mild. Spotty drizzle. Light rain is possible overnight from Tuesday into Wednesday, but mainly along the crest of the Cascades. And it's going to be a dry Halloween. It'll be a treat. No trick coming your way. So here's what we got going on for you. The cloud cover is trying to come in from the coastline. We see that along I-5, a little bit of cloudiness, but generally we're still on the quiet side of the street. In fact, as we do take a look at it here, we can show you that this will be progressing in very, very slowly. I don't expect much to really make its presence known here. We're going to stay on the quiet side, as I've mentioned. Speaking of that, here's a look at the wind gusts right now. Single digits through the region, generally coming up from the south and east, but really they're pretty much light and variable. That's the best way to describe it. Currently, we got 46 in both Bend and Redmond, 46% relative humidity. The lower the number, the drier the air, so we do have some moisture in the area. We have temperatures dropping down below freezing after the 3 a.m. time frame. We'll hit freezing at 3 o'clock in the morning and then bottom out at 30 degrees at 7 a.m. So what about the current temperatures around the area? We've got 55 in Warm Springs, 45, 10 degrees cooler in both Madras and in Prineville. It's 43 in Sisters and Lapine and 42 in Sun River. This is what I'm expecting tonight. Now, as I mentioned, there may be some patchy ice in some of the back roads there toward the east face of the Cascades, but generally it's going to be cold tonight. Everybody below freezing, clear skies, light winds. Oftentimes any heat that we gain during the day just radiates off into space, and that's when we see that quiet pattern. Future track highs have us in the 50s and 60s tomorrow, with 63 in Bend and 62 in the Redmond area. So this is how we're going to get there. We have this ridge of high pressure that's going to be building. We do have the wet weather off the coast, and you can definitely see that we're going to be noticing some moisture way up there to the north of us. But as we get into our early morning time frame of Tuesday into Wednesday, we see a pretty decent swath of showers approaching the tri-counties, but generally it won't make it here. We're going to stay on the quiet side, and we're going to warm up a bit as we get into Wednesday, as this dry pattern remains in place all the way through Halloween. We have that early shower on Wednesday, near normal temperatures Thursday, increasing cloud cover for your trick or treat, and then the rain is back just in time for the weekend.